All right, so it's 4:30 and my shelter's done. Um, as far as the bed goes, I don't know, it's not going to be the best of nights, I don't think. If I find anything else that I can use, I will, but at this point, I got to start looking for firewood because it's going to be dark in another hour and I don't have any. I have that log right there and just very little things. And I also spotted a big piece of deadfall right over my shelter, that right there, but it's caught in that tree there, so if it was to go, it's got to go that way, I'm thinking. And this also is a live tree that I think would give me some protection as well, hopefully. I don't know. I got a pretty heavy duty lean-to as well, so hopefully it don't come down, but if it does, I'm hoping I got enough in between me and it to protect me. We'll see. But at this point, it's too late to move the shelter. So I got to get some stuff together. I like this spot. It's kind of enclosed there. Only thing I got an extra sweater, my jacket that I wore down here, my hat, and gloves are in my pocket of my coat. I wore them this morning when I came out, and food. I have food in the bag. So other than that, I got everything used up. And I guess it was 10 items, I guess, because I forgot to count the duct tape, that little piece and I still got a little bit of that left, actually. It went further than I thought it was going to. But yeah, so 10 items, I guess it is totally, or total, overall 10 items. But anyway, there's camp. I gotta start getting some firewood together, and I will see you guys in a little while. Other than the airplanes flying over, it's pretty peaceful out here this afternoon. So it's 5:18. Got a decent amount of firewood. I'm still getting more. I still got about probably half an hour or so before dark. But it's starting to look like a camp now. I'm gonna have my fire right down there in the front. And I think I'll be all right laying with my head on the pack and my body on there. The only thing that'll be on the ground a little bit will be my feet, and that's not gonna be a big deal. So I think it might actually be pretty comfortable. We'll see. I gotta finish getting wood, and then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna get the fire going, and I'll bring you guys back, and you can hang out with me for a little while. So it's 5:35, and just standing here looking around for wood, and I heard a crackle. And I looked up, and I see that. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Large piece of deadfall. But it's not directly over my spot. It's out there. If it falls, it's gonna fall somewhere in that area out there. So now I just gotta watch walking out there, because it looks like it could come down at any second. The one that's over my shelter looks like it might hang on a little while longer. So I'm not particularly worried about that one, but I'm definitely gonna have to stay out from under that one now, I guess. Well, I gotta finish getting wood together. It's getting dark here. So it's 5:50. Got a pretty decent amount of wood. I'm gonna go out one more time and get a little bit more. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Robert at Bob's Woodland Adventures. I'm out here doing this minimal overnighter, and all I can think about is that TP. I watched the video last night, and it was really cool. So yeah, just want to give you a shout out, man. All right, so before it gets too dark, I'm gonna show you this I'm going to use jute twine tonight to start the fire instead of anything else. It's just easier at this point. The poplar bark's still a little bit damp, and I guess I still have, I do have in my combustion kit, sorry, some fatwood shavings, but just wanted to use this because I wanted to show you guys this anyway, how I process it. See, it's just regular old jute twine. Find a tree, coarse bark. I usually wrap a couple of them around my finger. And then as it loosens up, you just readjust it. I've seen people pick at it and pick it apart. It takes forever, and it doesn't get it as fuzzy as this does. It takes some doing to get it. You just gotta grab it and adjust it. Yeah, it's there now. That'll definitely take a spark now. And you see how fast that was as opposed to picking at it. So yeah, just to show you how I do it. I'll be starting a fire here in a minute. All right, so it's 6:20 and I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the fire here. Jute twine right there. Which I had to get another piece because it got dark and I lost it and I can't find it. So here we go. It's all good there. I'll bring you back when I'm getting ready to get dinner on. I'll leave you on for a minute. You can watch me get this thing going a bit. All right, I'll bring you guys back in a little while. Yeah, so it's nice to be back out here. I enjoy these overnighters, and tonight's gonna be tonight's gonna be a challenge for sure. I don't have any sleeping bag or blankets or anything of that sort. And the only thing I'm gonna have to keep me warm is this survival blanket on top of me, behind me here, whatever, and that piece of plastic and the fire that I keep going. That's it. So it's definitely, well, I mean, I do have a jacket in there and my other sweater, but it's gonna be a challenge for sure. But I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I'm happy that I'm out here doing it. Once the temperature breaks, when it's summer rolls around, I'm gonna do no tools overnighter. Or not summer, but when it's, you know, I mean, it's gonna be below freezing tonight, and I know I can make it through the night, but I just don't want to put myself through that. There's no need at my age to put myself through that. So, yeah. It's 7:47, and I changed up the way what I was sitting on the platform. It was not comfortable at all. So I pulled it out of there, and I just put a bunch of smaller branches down, and I put some leaves on top of that, and my jacket on top of all that. And I'm sitting on my jacket right now, and it's actually, it's not too bad. I got from like my middle of my thighs up will all be on the jacket and the leaves and everything, and then I'll show you guys in the morning. And then my legs will be on the ground, but it'll be okay because I got pants and thermals and boots and all that. I might take my boots off. Actually, it's pretty warm in here. It's cold out there. It's about 32 out there at the moment. It's supposed to go down to around 24, so it's going to drop another 10 degrees or so tonight. But I haven't even closed the plastic yet, so that should warm it up a lot, because it's decent in here. You get out there and walk around, it's pretty cold, but in here it's not bad. It's right around 8:30. And not the most comfortable shelter I've ever had, but it's warm. It's definitely warm. I'm barefoot again. You guys know me. If I can be barefoot, I'm gonna be. I like to be comfortable. And I'm definitely comfortable. I'm not cold at all. In fact, my feet are kind of hot. But it's definitely very hot. It's a hot fire I got going there. Kind of another medium length. It's probably about 2.5 foot long, the whole thing of flames there. And it's reflecting a heck of a lot of heat back at me. I know when I close that plastic up, it's going to be unbearable, I'm sure. Right now I'm just sitting here with I don't know if you can see me or not. I got a hoodie on, and well, I do have a couple layers under it, wool, 3 layers of wool under it actually. I'm not, you know, I dress to be warm when I go out. I'm old. I'm 51 years old, and I dress to be warm. It's a nice fire though. Nice night tonight. It's almost a full moon. Waxing gibbons, I think that's what they call that type of moon. This fire is like crazy hot. I still haven't went out there to get any firewood yet. It's only been a couple minutes since I talked to you guys last. But I'm sitting here with this fire, just enjoying it. And it's just cozy. Well, you can see I'm still without shoes. But yeah, it's totally cozy. I'm just chilling, just relaxing and enjoying the fire. Like I say, no discomfort at all. Like the seat is not the best again, but it's definitely better than it was when I was sitting on the wood. So at least there's that. But yeah, I'm glad that I did this, because like I said, I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I find that when I put myself outside of my comfort zone, I get a lot of satisfaction out of being able to deal with it and see it through. So it's 9:09 and I'm enclosed now, and it's warm. It's super warm. Way warmer than it was in that one with the 2.0. I mean, like warm, like ridiculous warm. Hot. I see what everybody's talking about. It's a different world in this shelter than in the 2.0 shelter. This shelter is warm. This stuff I'm wearing, I'm ready to take it off. It's that warm in here. Well, I'm gonna try to get some sleep while I got that nice big cold bed going there, and I guess I'll talk to you guys in a little while. Right around midnight. It's warm in here. I had to stoke the fire up a little bit, but it wasn't even cold then. I mean, it was a little chilly, but nothing like it is outside. It's cold out there. In here, it's probably, with the fire barely even, I got wood on it, but I never even blew it back into flame. I'm just gonna let it do it on its own. And it's definitely over 50 degrees in here. I woke up and I was hot. I had to take off some layers. And I chilled down a little bit when I went out there and put the wood back on the fire to reposition everything. But it's much warmer in here than it is out there. It's a very bright night. That's the moon up there in my little moon roof. Very bright night. It lights it up in here. It's pretty cool. So it's about 5 after 12. The wind blew the fire back in the flame, and it's instantly getting warm. I mean, it was warm in here even when it was just cold, but now it's hot again. I've been barefoot the whole time. I never put my shoes back on since 8:15, something like that.
That's how warm it is. It's 3-4 hours now. I actually went to sleep and woke up, and my feet. Went to sleep barefoot, woke up, my feet were not cold. I haven't been cold at all since I've been in here. It's crazy. This is by far the warmest shelter I ever had. And it's because of this SOL blanket, the safety emergency blanket. This thing is leagues above the 2.0 blankets. They're not bad, but they're nothing like this. They don't keep you that warm. This thing keeps you crazy warm. I'm definitely gonna get more of them. And they're so small too. I can carry it in my pocket. That's the best part. All I did was took a piece of plastic. Excuse me. Cut a piece of plastic. I had that 9x12. And I cut it in half the 12 way, so it was 9x6 or 6x9. And the measurement of the blanket is 5x8, so they're almost the same size. So I just wrapped it up and stuck it, fit in my pocket just like the blanket. Pretty cool. So I got a super shelter that I can carry in my cargo pocket. And it's by far the warmest shelter I've ever been in. It's freaking February and I'm out here barefoot at 20 degrees. Well, it's like 30 something right now. I don't know if you hear geese. They've been out here. There's a river close by and they've been out there and squawking all night. Kind of cool though. It's 1:50. Just woke up. I had to stoke the fire back up. Just a little chilly in here, but not too bad considering it's about 33 out there. So right above freezing. It's much warmer in here. Even when it was down the coals, it was probably still above 50. Couldn't see my breath in the air, so it's that warm. Yeah, never even had to put my shoes back on. So it's definitely probably somewhere around 50, I guess. Something like that. Warm enough that my hands and my feet are warm. No problem. And no gloves, no shoes. So it's very comfortable in here. With the exception of the bed part. I should have taken more time on that. Take for granted how easy it is to be comfortable when you have a sleeping pad and all that. When you don't, it ain't so easy. But I'm still enjoying myself. It's about 4:50. And stoked the fire back up again. I just woke up about 20 minutes ago. Put my boots back on. because when I woke up it was pretty cold. But I'm not cold now. Not with that fire going. But yeah, it's almost 5 o'clock. Still got about an hour and a half before sunrise. So I'm gonna try to go back to sleep. I actually slept pretty good for not having a bed. Like I said, I'm gonna try to go back to sleep again for another hour or so. So I'll see you guys in a little while.
Morning, y'all. It's 6:41. Made through the night. Take off out of here. Just gonna have a little bit of coffee before I go. Not the most comfortable nights. I just laid a bunch of sticks on the ground about a little thicker than my thumb and put a bunch of leaves on top of them and then laid my coat on top of that, and that's what I slept on all night. And my back's a little tweaked. But I was warm. I was warm all night. I mean, you know, the fire dwindled down and be chilly for a minute till I got it stoked back up. But once you get it going again, it was good. No problem. A little bit of funky looking ice in there from last night. It's just the coals left over from the fire. It lasted me all night. I still got wood over there and a little bit laying around. Plenty of wood lying all around here. I could have used it any time. Trash. It was a good night, all in all. I'm glad that I did it. And I definitely am going to do it again.